Here we are, live and living color. It's another beautiful Wednesday. And I, first of all, I'm so thankful to be in the house with you. Well, here we are, a brand new month, October. Can somebody tell me, before I get started, truthfully, can somebody tell me what happened to January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and here we are, October. Okay, we got something crazy going on here. Hold on. Okay, we got an interlude of music coming through. I don't know if we lost contact. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. I do apologize to the listening audience. Okay, well, we're going to try to work over the music. As I was stating, that already we are in the month of October, trying to figure out where the year is going so quick. Where, oh where, have my year gone so quick? So anyway, as we go forth, because guess what? None of that will stop us from bringing you a good show tonight. As a matter of fact, great enough. All right, so we're going to have to overstep what's happening, and it's completely out of my hands. Here's my hands, so I have no control on what's going on. However, let me start off tonight by saying this. I want to read a Bible quote in reference to great enough. Present a good, great enough. We need a good grasp of Jehovah, the one true God, the self-existent, one who creates all things, the great I am. Ephesians 3:14-15. I hope you got that. Now, I would be remiss if I did not stop to give gratitude and, as always, give thanks to 50 Plus, the second half. Alright, 50 Plus, the second half magazine, which, on hand, as usual, here's a copy right here. Alright, live and living color, 50 Plus, the second half. Alright, inside this magazine, as I always state every week, this is our supporters, our funders. And talking about funders, if you are interested in funding this show, alright, being a supporter, supplier, alright, most definitely you can give me a call, 813-394-5875. And yes, you can most definitely call the producers who are straight out of Washington, D.C. at 347-539-5867. That number again, 347-539-5867. And since I've given you that number, you can use that same number if you wish to be a caller into the show tonight. Now, this is what I'm going to do. You might see them and you might not see them. But here's the DVDs. One is The Greatest You Holiday. The other one is The Living History of Frederick Douglass. Okay? Now you see two versions of The Greatest You Holiday. One is the DVD and one is the package here. Okay? So what I'll do, you call in, alright? We talk, you ask some questions, alright? Once I get started. And yes, you will get a free DVD. Alright? It's on the house, it's on me. Give me a call, let's talk about it. Because tonight's subject is basically great enough. Now I want to go back to the magazine real quick. The second half, which usually I tell you about the old school R&B, your health, how to maintain your health and whatnot, how to live longer. And we as baby boomers, you know, we getting close. Now I like to think that through the grace of God that I got at least, let's see, I'm 60, I got at least another 40. So that'll drop me in at 100. Alright? I don't know. But I do know, alright, in recent rashes of demises, I'm seeing a lot of us, you know, unfortunately leaving here at early ages. 60s, alright? However, now, it doesn't mean that you have to go. It means that you need to concentrate more on your health. H-E-A-L-T-H. Your health. Because, baby, that's all we got nowadays. One thing you should for sure, it's an old saying that you cannot hook up a U-Haul truck, a U-Haul van, a U-Haul whatever to the hearse. It's what's in that hearse is what's going to get dropped below. That casket that's going to get dropped below. Now all your earthly possessions, well, that's something that family will squabble over. And just to talk about family squabbling over, it amazes me that so many families who lose members of their families, and once they're gone, how everybody comes out the woodwork, and for the likes of me, arguments, fights, I mean, whatever communications that were going on, they're cut. I mean, you would think they were opening a new building, but they're cut, it's stopped, all right? People walk away upset because, you know, they didn't get X, Y, Z, okay? So, you cannot, we cannot, I cannot take this. I guess that's where the will come in, W-I-L-L, the will come in, so that whomever you decide to leave your merchandise with, your personal belongings, your special belongings, your valued belongings, that it will go directly to these people, to your family members. Now also I want to state, you know, if you are famous, for instance, speaking of this, believe it or not, James Brown, hey! He died December the 25th, and I think it was 2006. Would you believe that Mr. James Brown was not buried until March, April, May, or June of 2007? They kept his body at the funeral parlor on ice in a casket for that long. And I'm talking about after the Al Sharptons and the Jesse Jacksons and the Michael Jacksons and, you know, his daughter, his wife who he had married prior to his death. After all of them had got together and took James Brown on another tour, his last tour. And if you recall, the Apollo Theater in Macon, Georgia, his hometown, Augusta, and a few other places that they had his body on view. However, in doing all that, there was disagreements as to who would receive James Brown's valuables. And a lot of people didn't believe this or didn't even know this, that James Brown died as a billionaire. Some people said he was, steady out there singing and working because, he was broke. The brother was far from being financially inept. He was definitely on top of his game financially. But the moral of the story is that they wound up having court dates. They wound up having court dates, all right, in order to figure out, separate all of his belongings. So, baby boomers, when it's your turn, make sure you got something in place so that you don't wound up, or your possessions don't wound up being the subject matter of a lot of pain, agony, hurt, frustration, World War III between your family members. Now, I've also seen where they have been family, great people of ours who have passed away, and because there was no will, everything was turned over to the state. Now, if you're a famous person per se, 9 times out of 10, if you're a lawyer or a doctor, you've gained a lot of material things like a mansion, beautiful cars, large bank accounts, and what have you. And your day come, there's no will of any nature. Well, believe it or not, the state steps in and take over. And God knows how long you as the family member will reap your deceased family members' belongings. Oh, I think perfect example was Prince. No, it didn't go to the state. However, the state stepped in and they made some decisions. Now, yeah, the majority of it went to his sister, but then you had some brothers who stepped in, and, it wasn't until way later that they decided to include the brothers in the will. So I'm just giving this information out, We all got a day to leave here. Be prepared. But before you leave here, the best thing you can do is take care of your health. Now, I will admit that I am guilty when you're talking about health, because at one point I was burning up the gym. They kind of slacked off, so I got to get back on the good foot and get back in the gym and start taking care of myself. Now, I do have a sweet, like they say, Lord help me, Jesus. I do have a sweet tooth. Matter of fact, it's right there. All right? I got a pantry. We got a pantry here that is full. And it shouldn't, you know what? I think after tonight, I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning out all this sweetness that's in that pantry. Because I tell you, I will go in there and I will eat those cookies, those M&Ms, those Totitos, those potato chips, popcorn before I sit down and eat a regular meal. Before I even hit, banana, apple, stuff that's good for you. So I got to get back on the good foot. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are working out and you're taking care of yourself, continue to take care of yourself. All right? Look, in the quickness, because usually, I like to give you a little something prior to we getting into the message. So I'm going to have to turn around a little bit because I want to give you prevention. Prevention. 6 steps. 6 steps, all right, to help you in your health prevention. All right? And they call it instant health upgrades. And this is, one would say that, well, it's for the baby boomers. But it's for all of us. 50 plus, yes, but for all of us. Because you never can be too young to start taking care of yourself. And I hear a lot of people who say, hey, I love myself. Okay, fine, I don't doubt that. But love yourself a little bit more by taking care of yourself. So here we are, 6 health upgrades. All right? If you are a coffee drinker, okay, you drink that 1 cup of coffee in the morning, Sometimes if you get around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, all right, and you feel yourself going down, by all means, step back. Take a little break, 5 minutes maybe, a 5-minute nap. You'll be surprised what a 5-minute nap can do. How it can re-energize you. Now, when Red Bull came on the market, I drank Red Bull. But I stopped. Why did I stop drinking Red Bull? Because of the fact that it would take me up, and all of a sudden it would drop me just like BAM! And I'm going to go ahead on and say this, you know, I might get in trouble, and people who know me, they're going to look at me crazy. But yes, at one time, I was a crack addict. And it got to the point when I would fire up, 5, 10 minutes later, I'm back down. So that's that Red Bull effect. That reminds me of that, the Red Bull. All right? So take that little nap, 5 minutes, that's all, just 5 minutes. Just cool out, chill out, 5 minutes. And you'll be surprised what it do for you. All right? Also, here we go. All right? Let me scroll down here real quick. Okay? Now, I cannot walk on a treadmill. I might have mentioned to you, I got bad knees. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine, he got on and mentioned that his knees are gone from all that running and what have you, basketball, football, all right, young man. However, at one point I would walk the treadmill, run the treadmill. Well, unfortunately those days are gone. But I will share this with you. And you're walking, yeah, you walk forward, yeah, you force march, all right? But sometimes walking in reverse. Now, somebody that comes to mind, the great Muhammad Ali. The great Muhammad Ali, when he's out running, there will be times that he would turn around and run backwards. Alright? The fictional character Rocky, if you see his movies, while he's out there running and training, he would run backwards. Alright? So walk backwards somewhat, but please pay attention to where you're going, alright? Because we don't want you to run into something or you know, hurt yourself, twist an ankle or what have you because you're not watching where you're going. So please, alright? Keep safety and health in mind as you're doing the walking backwards, okay? Also, moving on. Oh, yes, it says eat carbs before going to the gym. Now, let me see here, all right? I see vegetables, I see some fruit here, all right? And basically, what is it doing? It's burning the fat, all right? So, it says after your exercise, all right, opt for food loaded with protein, all right, yogurt, fat-free milk, egg whites, peanut butter. The protein helps to rebuild your muscles, okay? Now, usually when I come from the gym and I'm fired up and what have you, all right, believe it or not, my protein that I eat is chicken, all right, rotisserie chicken, baked chicken. I'll eat that, all right, to rebuild me. And it usually takes maybe about an hour, hour and a half before I resurface, before I'm back to my regular self. Because when I go to the gym, ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving it my all, okay? All right, moving on. Got to give these tips. Oh, okay, it says wait to brush your teeth after meals. Well, you know you're supposed to brush them 3 times a day. I'm pausing because of the fact that, you know, you got to take care of these things, all right? Because we only get one. I recall talking to my beautiful sister. I'm not going to mention no names. She might be tuning in. But I recall listening, you know, talking to her about my teeth and whatnot. And she said, you know what? You should do like I'm going to do. I'm like, what's that? She said, I'm just going to have them go and take them all out. And then I'll be done with them. And I'm like, you know what? As long as I've got these things here and they are strong and healthy, I'm keeping them. And trust me, I don't know if you ever had a root canal. It ain't nothing to play with. I've had 4 of them, and I probably need 20 more of them. All right? I've had fillings. I've had teeth replaced. I've had bridges put in. But it's the mere fact of taking care of your teeth, your gums. Okay? I mean, you know when you have bad gums. Smoking cigarettes is no way is that good for your breath, for your taste buds in your tongue, on your tongue, or in your tongue. No way is it good for your gums. No way is it good for your teeth, yellow stains. And no way is it good for you speaking, your lungs. You can tell when somebody smokes, okay? So please, take care of those beautiful whites, all right? They are definitely a gift from God, all right? Let's see, we're on number 4. Let's move on. All right? Oh, wow. Get your colonoscopy, all right, in the AM. Now, I've had one of those, and I'm due for another one, okay? They are really fun. You will really enjoy them. So, but basically, what it is cleaning out your system. Every day, you should make a BM. But the colonoscopy is basically just draining you, all right, of all the toxic waste that then got stuck up in your body. Steak, pork, veal cutlets, and stuff like that. Clean that stuff out so you can be more healthier. Feel refreshed. Get up in the morning, be able to move when you want to move. All right. So you got to take care of yourself. All right. That was the 6 steps. So it's all about how you feel about yourself. I know for a fact there's a lot of people out there that are tuning in tonight that have said something like this when they're looking at themselves in the mirror after they get out the shower. It's like, boy, I need to go to the gym. Man, I need to change my eating habits. Wow, I'm not in agreement to the fact of how I'm looking. Wow, I'm getting an extra chin down here. Wow, I'm getting some extra on the side. All right? Only you can prevent forest fires. Wow, it's taking me I'm breathing so hard going up these steps. And you only walked up one step. From the ground floor, 1 step, and now you're tired. Okay? So please, keep in mind, we want to live as long as we can. And I understand this. At 60 nowadays is nowhere at 60 when our parents were 60. When they were 60, they were 60. We have the opportunity to be 60 and yet be 30. All right? I like to think of myself when I'm at my prime, 60 at 17. So I got to get back to the gym. All right? Okay, look. I want to say this, and I guess the only way to say it is to say it. First of all, my condolences to the 59 great people that unfortunately I'm just going to use the term, that was mowed down by a sick, sciatic, foolish individual. And I'm talking about the incident in Las Vegas. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of country and western. However, all those people are like me. Those people do what I do. Those people do what you do. Breathe. Live. They had a heart. They had feelings. And they were out enjoying themselves. And the 529 people who were hurt, my heart is hurt for them. So if anybody was to say, well, I'm sorry, but that's them, just think about it. You had an R&B concert outdoors. You had a rap concert outdoors. You had a Hispanic concert outdoors. You had a rock concert outdoors. You had an alternative music outdoors. You had a jazz concert outdoors. And each one of these sectors of music, you know who attends these music festivals. These are sectors of music festivals. You know the race that go to these music festivals. But just imagine there was some lunatic who decided to come out and start shooting like that. So it could have been, you know, instead of it being a country and western concert, it could have been R&B. It could have been rap. It could have been Hispanic. It could have been jazz, folk music, classical music. You get the legits of it. And personally, if you ask me, gun control. Now some might say that, hey, wait a minute. We don't need gun control, because you put a gun in a person's hands, it's on that person. And please understand that what I'm saying is from my opinion only. We are in a situation, like my heart goes out to the victims in Puerto Rico of the Hurricane Maria. I mean, I can't imagine for the likes of me, and I might have mentioned this before, I can't imagine for the likes of me seeing a tidal wave of water 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet high. I can't even imagine it. I can't even fathom that. And yes, I'm a good swimmer, but gee whiz, Batman, I can't do that. So my heart goes out to them, like my heart went out to, and yes, I'm going to bring it up, to Katrina as well. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to say this. It's like, let's please pray. Let's pray for all the victims in Vegas, for Puerto Rico, for our communities, for our children, for our parents with children, for our grandparents. We all need to pray. We are in those times now. And I want to say something else, and then I'm going to get off the bandwagon. I know I got a break coming up in 2 minutes. But please, if you are a mother of a child and you have been hurt by the child's father, please, I beg of you, don't take it out on that child. You don't know who that child you don't know what God has in store, what the plan is for that child. Sure, discipline. But my God, don't be so angry that the child that you carried for 8 months, or 9 months rather, that after the birth of that child, and because of the wrong that was done to you by that child's father, please do not degrade that child, especially if it's a little boy. There's no need. Anybody in their rightful mind who say, I love my children, there's no need to call that child MF or to talk about his size or to degrade him or of any nature. There's ways to talk to a child. And keep in mind, that child did not ask to come here. None of us asked to come here. So treat your child with dignity, respect. Discipline them, yes, but don't degrade them. Because guess what? That might be that billionaire that you are cutting off the growth potential. I'm going on break. Now, let's get to the legits of the show. I want to thank everybody who is joining us tonight, live tonight. I checked out the Facebook page, and I see we got some wonderful people here with us tonight. Alex Copes, what's up? Lawrence Hires, what's up? Wally, what's up? Debbie, what's up? And a few other great people. I just want to thank you all for joining in tonight. Okay? Now, great enough. That is the subject matter of tonight's show. Great enough. Now, I put this up, I wrote this, such as what I do. I do write stories such as. And many of my stories have found its way, thank God, into magazines, online publications, and what have you. And some of these stories, yes, are included in the book, The Power of Being a Winner, which you can purchase, all right? Or better yet, if you be the first caller tonight at 347 539-5867. Again, 347-539-5867. We'll go ahead on, all right? First caller, but you just can't call in and say, hey, I'm calling. You got to come in and tell me what we're talking about tonight. And yes, you will be honored with a free book or a free DVD, all right, of your choice, okay? Moving on. Great enough. Let me share this with you, all right? Story that I wrote. It says, in my latest readings, Become a Better You by Pastor Joel Osteen. My attention was captured when reading page 21 of the book. That last paragraph that really stuck out. The last 4 lines was a defining moment thus far in that chapter that I was reading too. It says, give your dreams a new beginning. It's one thing to lay down at night. And 9 times out of 10, as it has been stated, that just maybe about an hour before we are about to wake up, we go into the 5th stage of our dream. That's when we wake up and we say, you know, I had a dream last night. It wasn't last night, it was that morning. And sometimes we're able to remember that dream, and sometimes that dream lingers for 4 or 5 days. But then other times we have those dreams and they disappear. We just can't remember what they were. Alright? So, give your dreams a new beginning. Repackage your dreams to bring them to fruition. So in other words, reinvent yourself. Bring a new you to the table. Bring a greater you to the table. Because you get, matter of fact, if you wake up tomorrow morning, I'll give you a secret. If you wake up tomorrow morning, that's a new you. Like a snake, like a butterfly, all of them, like a snail, they all shed their skin. And then there's a new. So tomorrow, as you sleep tonight to shed off that skin, and then you wake up in the morning, you shake your sheets, you will see the dust. Well, the dust is no more than we as humans shedding the old skin. So tomorrow, wake up a new you. Tomorrow, Thursday, wake up a new you. That's right. As a matter of fact, I was thinking earlier, when I was working at the post office, I've had on a number of times, my manager would come down and shout like, Donald, please stop that noise. Well, the noise that they were hearing was me singing. I'm so happy. Yeah. And they'd be like, will you stop? You know, or I'll go into my little song. I'm going to see if I can remember it because it's been over 20 years. You know, I love my job. It's the best job I ever had. I love my job. I'm so darn glad. In the morning when I rise, I put a smile on my face. I'm so doggone glad I'm going to that place. Everybody now. I'm so happy. Now, would you believe it? At first, everybody, would you please shut up and stop that noise, Don? But I have you know, give it about a good 5 months, I had the whole crew at the post office singing that song. Check that out. The whole crew. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to make that the theme song for this show. I'm so happy. That's right. Just imagine in the shower, getting ready, or the tub, getting ready. You know what I mean? Or getting yourself prepared to go out and meet the challenges of the day. I'm so happy. Just imagine people who are on a negative, how many nerves you would perk. How many nerves you would just pull out of place. Because you're so happy. And everybody else is finding reason to be sad. Are you great enough? As I read on. Alright, here it is. What is the one dream that has been tagging you for the longest? What is that dream that you've been wanting to do? What is it that you've been wanting to do, but every day you get up, you find an excuse to cut yourself short? You find an excuse to say, no, I can't do it. You find an excuse to say, it's not going to work. You find an excuse to say, I'm scared. You find an excuse to deny yourself that great enough feeling. Somebody might laugh at me. Well, it's not their party. It's you. I'm so happy. Let me tell you something. When I first started in this business back in 1992, believe it or not, people who knew me, they would say I was crazy. It was called the St. Pete Pier. I got my nephews and my son. Oh boy, they did not want to go. I mean, I had to drag them. I had to trick them. But anyway, we out here on the St. Pete Pier. And you ready to know, you want to know what we was doing? We were out there selling my first book, which was Truth in the Porn. When it was all said and done, those 2 days that we spent out there, Saturday and Sunday on that pier, $1,000 was made. And we didn't care. I told them, I said, I don't care who it is, you get in their face. Hi, would you like to buy this book? It's Truth in the Poem. It's an excellent book. And yes, sure. We had people come by, I'm not interested. Excuse me, will you leave me alone? Or they'll look the other way. But think about all those that God sent our way because we got up and because we went out and because we made it an adventure and because we were great enough. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you got books, you got products that you're sitting on in your pantry, in your cabinets, in your closets, and you know it will make income for you. Why are you sitting on it? Kick out deny. Kick out doubt. Kick out fear. And know that you are great enough. That one dream steadily, oh man, here we go. That one dream steadily getting ambushed, tackled, and flung to the rear of your caboose. Well, now wait a minute. The more you put coal in that engine, the faster that train is going to go. The more energy you put into you, the more energy you put into your dream, the more energy you put into your heart, the more energy you put into your endorphins dripping, the more energy, the more you raise from a 10 to a 15% of your mind usage, the more your train is going to choo-choo down the track. The more you're going to get to your destination of success. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, 50, 60, 70, 80. Oh, did I say 80? 80. 80, a young lady, that's right, I said 80, a young lady graduating with a master's degree from a university. It's nothing I made up. It's what I read, what I know, and what I see. Ever tell yourself, I am living good enough? In a Christian sense, God did not and do not present good enough. A child says in school, he says, I got a D, that's good enough. Another child says, I got an A, that's great enough. In return, we should not want to be so comfortable that we settle for good enough. And unfortunately, in this world we live in today, there's a lot of us, and I say us because I'm human too, there's a lot of us that are steadily settling for good enough. They've given up on going the extra mile. They're living on excuses. They're denying themselves. And the unfortunate situation like this nut out here in Las Vegas who denied himself, but since he was denying himself, he wanted to deny all these people, these innocent people who had nothing to do with who he is, what he stands for, why he did, or anything of that nature. So what he did, he went out and he tampered with 59 dreams. He attempted to cut short 529 other great enough dreams. But those 529 that are injured, that got hurt in this melee, the beautiful thing about them is that they have the opportunity to heal, to come back, to be strong, and to move forward for their dreams. And I guarantee you, all 529 of those who survive, they're on a mission now because they know they got a new leaf on life. So ladies and gentlemen, you listening to my voice tonight, my question to you, do you have to be in a life or a life welding situation to have an epiphany about your life, about what you're supposed to be doing with your life? That you realize that, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to go out, I'm going to help somebody. That you realize that, wait a minute, I got more than I need, I'm going to give something away. That you realize that, hey, it's okay while you're standing in line at a grocery store or at Walmart's or jewelry store, whatever. And you know that you have a blessing of more than, that you can go in your pocket or you can pull out that credit card and you can help pay for that merchandise or pay for that merchandise. I was at Walmart the other night and the lady, as I walked out to put my groceries in the car, the lady stopped me and she said, did you know that that man in there paid for my groceries? I got $150 worth of groceries. I could have paid for my own groceries, but that man paid for it. And I turned around and I said immediately, I said, ma'am, did you realize that that was a blessing for you? That wasn't a time to complain, but it was a time to be blessed, to be thankful that that man, and I knew who she was talking about because he was standing right there when I got up to the register. I don't know if he was just picking out people to pay for their groceries or what. But don't look your blessings in the face. Be thankful. And as you be thankful and God bless you with that gift, hey, turn around and bless somebody else. We all know what time zone we live in. Be the change agent. Be great enough. Be on positive avenue. Don't fall prey. Don't fall short. Don't lower your potential because those that you allow in your circle are demolishing their potential. Be great enough. On a trip not too long ago to the Orlando Correctional Institute with Reverend A. Brown Ministry. Now those here in Tampa, Hillsborough County, or maybe even the state of Florida, you are very familiar with the late, great Abraham Brown. Abraham Brown, who was a minister, a pastor, if you will. He also founded the A. Brown Ministries, which travels to prisons. They feed the homeless. There's a long list of great service that this organization, nonprofit organization, does. Well, I had the opportunity to go out a few times, take those Saturday morning bus rides, and go out to several prisons. And as it states here, I was blessed to pray for and communicate with some pretty, listen to this, intelligent, smart, above average inmates who realized they made a terrible mistake. Now, some of these inmates that I talked to, sure, okay, they got 2 years, 4 years, but I had the golden opportunity to speak to some of those inmates who are doing life. Some of those inmates who don't come out their cell but 1 hour a day. Some of those inmates, when I looked in their cell, I saw where they have books and they have paper where they're writing, journals. They're studying. And like one inmate told me, said, look, you know, I got life. I'm here for the rest of my life. Young guy, 35 years old, I'm here for the rest of my life. And he says, I'm going to make the best of it. My life is not over. I made a mistake. I repented. But I can't allow myself, you know, some of those inmates who got life, I mean, they take the attitude, well, hey, you know, what the heck, I got life. You know what I mean? It don't bother me if I kill somebody. It don't bother me if I steal from somebody. It don't bother me if, you know what I mean, because they got life. But when you think about somebody that got life in prison, and they're able to repent and turn their life around and, you know, start bringing their greatness to the forefront. Stand up as a leader to guide to guide and teach the other inmates. You see what I'm saying? So there's always the opportunity to bring your great enough to the forefront. These individuals reveal that they are gifted with some awesome talents and gifts. The shame of it all, moving forth, from that first day of incarceration to the day of their death, they will never get to see their dreams materialize in a real world setting. Stop, hold up, let me clear my throat. As Little John would say, okay. The moral of the story is, you are free. You are not in bondage. You are not a prisoner. So take the key and unlock what is keeping you a prisoner inside of you. And who is that? What is that? Your own cotton-picking mind. It's locking you down. Unlock the key. And when you decide that you're going to unlock that key, I tell you, you will go for what you know. So keep in mind, all right? Keep in mind that you are at your best. Only if you decide to bring your best. Only if you want to bring your best. Now, quite naturally, if you're satisfied where you are in your life, by all means, stay. If you're happy for who you are, by all means, stay. If you see that you don't need to continue to grow, stay. If you feel that, hey, I'm too old now, I'm done, I'm satisfied where I am, I'm comfortable where I am, by all means, stay. But if you feel you have that growth potential and you feel that you want to keep moving forward and you feel that every day you get up out that bed and you begin to breathe, bring your best. Because you got to realize it is true. You are great enough. Now, I got to bring this in. There's been an interruption in my live feed here. I'm looking at it. It says live video interrupted. The broadcast has been paused. It should resume shortly, but I don't see any action going on. So everybody that's watching the video, I do apologize. However, I am taping the video, so eventually I will go ahead on and air it in its entirety. Moving on. turning the attention to those who are free to each day rise from the comfort of their luxury. The question is asked, are you living good enough, or are you seeking to be great enough? Here is the disclaimer. In being great enough, one must be able to forge forth despite what is popular. Forge forward in spite of what is popular. You got the popular vote. And the popular vote is what Hillary Clinton, yeah, I went there, won. But it did not bring her the presidency. So the popular vote is always not the winning way to go. So no matter what you think is popular, what you see others doing, how they're living, live for you. Use your conscience. Let your conscience be your guide. In being great enough, one must be able to set their generation on fire. Oh, I like that. In the sports world, LeBron James is setting the world on fire. There's a gentleman, I forget his name, he's setting the world on fire in science. He just won a Nobel Peace Prize. And as a matter of fact, I believe CNN signed him to do a program that should be upcoming soon on biochemistry. Set your generation on fire. The young people that are coming up, the young lawyers, and as a matter of fact, the young man that's running for governor of Florida, all right, Andrew Gillum, young man. If you go on my Facebook page, you'll see me shaking his hand. As a matter of fact, tonight here in Tampa, I think he's here in Tampa for an engagement. He's speaking, all right? He's setting his generation on fire. Think about that. And the only way that these young people can set their generation on fire is by the assistance of one who has set their generation on fire. Hello, 50 plus, give back. Give back. Alright, so in being great enough, one must talk about being and display success of self and surroundings. And being great enough, one must at all costs encourage self in order to encourage those who seek encouragement. And ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it can be hard to encourage yourself. But I tell you what, we all got setbacks. But a setback is just basically the plan to set you up. But you got to be discerning enough to recognize that that setback is the setup for you. But if you're not, well, that setback is going to be a setback for you, and it's going to take you down. And not just down, but it's going to take you out. All right? In great enough, one must be, as much as possible, live the will of God and not the will of the mortal man. I'll tell people straight up, as positive I am, as honest as I am, all right, and as helpful as I am, as forgiving as I am, I'm still a man, I'm still human. I am not God, so I have shortcomings. All right? Just like you put your finger in a socket, you're going to get electrocuted. Well, I have shortcomings. I get electrocuted. So you don't. When I'm getting electrocuted, you don't need to be touching me. You see what I'm saying? Because if you touch me, you're going to get electrocuted too. And that's not a great feeling because, as a matter of fact, I just got a little jolt the other day, something I was touching and playing with. All right? So now, the question is, again, as we wind down, are you willing to be great enough? Keep this close to the frontal lobe. This is your frontal lobe right here. Frontal lobe of your mind. There are millions of people who are enjoying their existence just being good enough. Each day is a whatever day. Or each day is a same old thing day. Just another day. Just another day. Knowing that we only get one pass in this life. One would think, run this race to the best mode and mod possible. Pulling out all the stops. Get needed rest and needed rejuvenation. And once more, press forth to your greatness. Okay? I got 4 minutes, 3 minutes. The mighty, mighty OJs. Some of you all might remember the hits. Money, 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 money. What they do? They smiling in your face all the time. They want to be a what? A backstabber. That's right. Last night, me and my woman. Let me stop. Because I'm going to get deep with this thing. All right? The mighty OJs told us, all right, listen to the clock on the wall. It's getting closer to that hour. All right? No, we don't know the hour, but each hour that tick, put forth the power of being great enough. Whatever you do, don't be the poor soul who figured in your equation that good enough is how you will live your life. No, 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 no. You can't take it no more. Living a half life. You want nothing but the whole thing because you are living a great life. Now, Tony the Tiger, go take a seat because you just got outdone. That's right. I'm the new boss around here. All right. Tony, you know that commercial, right? Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, and they bring Tony in, and he's just like, great. Give me a break. You got to take it to the hill, baby. Great. Stop playing, Big D. Stop playing. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, great enough. Live your life to the fullest. Be great enough in all that you do. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, as the time, as it always do, tick down, all right, to the end. I will say this. It's always a pleasure, and I thank you very much for tuning in tonight. My name is Donald L. Dowridge Jr., your esteemed host, and you have been listening to The Power of Being a Winner. And I will let you know this, that if you have any events, and you're seeking a speaker, any events, and you're seeking the likes of some Black History, Frederick Douglass, any events, and you're looking for someone to come out and speak on their books, their writings, all right? Any events, and you're looking for a historian or a scholar, please do not shy away, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Donald L. Dowridge Jr. You can reach out to me at 813-394-5875. You can go to my website, www.dldenterprises.org, and by all means, you can just Google my name. All right? So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope to see you next Wednesday. In the meantime, in between time, may God bless you and your family. Be safe. And hey, be great enough. Because love you. Because that's all you got. Amen. Peace. I'm out of here. Yay, yay.